Anyone would think we were buying her a car. Yeah, right. What do I do about this? I mean, guys, what would you do? What would you do about this? Look at her, like a vixen. I'm screwed. The traditional way of wiring up DC installations is dead and buried, because everything you see there in a traditional installation has been replaced by that. Because every component shown here is replaced by the Egon DC hub, because it eliminates the need for lugs, crimps, heat shrinks, and it eliminates the need for expertise. All those replaced with a screwdriver. What's more, built into every Egon DC hub is instant fault finding. It's a revolution. Visit egon.com.au to find out more. Watch out! So, can one take the Jimny XL seriously? I say yes you can, as long as you don't take it too seriously. The first video shot in my brand new workshop studio. There is either a video on its way or already up about the building of the space, and as you can see, I'm far from finished. The Jimny. I cannot tell you how much fun this is to drive, and this is the key to a good car, to a car that talks to you, is that when you get in it, the smile appears on your face just by the fact that you've got in it. Now the Jimny does a little more than that. I get in it and I smile, and then I drive in it, and I feel my inner 9-year-old is, it's never come to the surface quite as much as it does when I drive this little thing. It's a fantastic, fun car to drive. Honestly, I love it. All right, so why did I buy it? Now, I need a daily driver. My white troop carrier was recently sold. My next overlander is my own HiAce, which that project starts in June in a collaboration with Bus 4x4. And won't talk about that now, but as a daily driver, the van is a bit big and unwieldy, to be honest. You could use it, and I have used our Egon van as a daily driver, but I wanted another one. But I wanted more than just a daily driver. I wanted something that I could take away for the weekend and go purpose off-roading. I want to build an off-roader. But because it's a daily driver, I'm not making it a pure off-roader. It has to have two characters. It has to be good as a daily driver, and then really good off-road, and also capable of sustaining me should I want to go camping or fishing for a couple of days. It's not an overlander, because overlanding is really, if you think about it, it's a week, a month, a year. Jimny, forget it. It's not that vehicle. But as a weekender, overlander, it's perfect. It's inexpensive to run, and the main advantage, the main thing about Jimny is the value, to me, is astonishing. Think about this. This vehicle, I could have 3 of them in this workshop, and they would fit too, for the price of one Ineos Grenadier. Now, it's not an Ineos Grenadier. I don't think you should ever compare it to an Ineos Grenadier. Ineos Grenadier is far more vehicle, but is it twice the car? 3 times the car? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying value-wise, Jimny is fantastic. I could go on and on about how well equipped it actually is. Far better equipped than a 70 series inside in terms of its systems, even better equipped than a 2.8. It has, for example, adaptive cruise control. Seriously, in this little thing. It was $40,000. Right. Now, this video is one of 3 that I see. The next one is actually going to be the build itself of this vehicle. I've already got an amazing suspension system for it, a bull bar that is gorgeous, a front grille that I got out of Japan, which, no spoilers, it's going tomorrow, Monday, for a wrap, not a full wrap, a decorative wrap, okay, roof rack, solar panel on the roof. If I'm going camping, I'm probably going to use a swag, again, piled on top of the roof. I've got some gorgeous rims, and I'm going to the biggest tire size practical in terms of this vehicle with a small lift, not a big lift. Again, no spoilers. And I've got, you know, the Jimny is not unlike 70 series and Jeep and the old Defender, in that hundreds of manufacturers make kit for it. It's the sign to me that any vehicle in this 4-wheel drive off-road overlanding space that has lots and lots of products made for it, it makes it great, because it's not just, you're not just buying a car, you're buying a hobby. I've got a new hobby. It's called Jimny XL. But before I go down that road, I want to just give you a very, very brief first impression of Jimny. It is inexpensive. 40,000 Australian dollars, give or take. All right, that includes on-road fees, taxes. And what am I getting for that? Well, I'm going to start with the bad points. The bad points are, on the open road at speed, 100 kilometers an hour, it tends to wander around a bit. So one finds itself continuously making these little corrections. It's not terrible, it is just something I've noticed. The quality of the switchboard, the dashes and everything actually are better than most cars. Equal to the best Japanese cars, and far better than any French car. Have you driven a new French car recently? Oh my God, it's terrible. The quality of the plastics and the switching and everything about them is terrible. This is good. It's solid. The switches are solid. It's nice. Quality of the carpets, really not very good. Okay. Quality of the seats are far better than a Toyota 70 series seat, but that's not difficult. The fabric is fine. I fitted them already with these lovely Tackler seat covers. All right, Tackler, my favorite seat cover manufacturer by far, finished. All right, and something in the material that they use is just makes fantastic seat covers. And after they get a bit grubby, you just put them in the wash and they come out looking brand new. I've used them for years, love them to bits. Okay, disclaimer here, disclosure, a lot of the, I'm going to slow down, that trailer in front of me is losing its tire. It's losing its tire, and I had to move slightly because it's, okay, the driver doesn't know that's happening to his trailer. Okay, I can't get ahead there to tell him. Too much traffic. Anyway, I digress. So the Tackler seat covers, they use some kind of material, and they're absolutely wonderful, and I can already feel an improvement in the comfort of this car. What else is bad about it? It's a bit underpowered. It's not grossly underpowered, but it is underpowered. Once I've got a bit of weight in it, and because I'm going to do some work on the vehicle and I'm going to make it look gorgeous, okay, no spoilers at this time, it needs a bit of a performance upgrade. Lots of those on the market. I will be doing something. That part I haven't decided. More research needed. What else don't I like about it? Think about this. It's got proper low-range gearing. It doesn't have any differential locks, but that doesn't worry me in the slightest. But 3, I can't get over the value of this thing. It's fantastic. I'm sitting now on the highway at 100 k's now. It's quiet, it's smooth. The sound system is, I was thinking I'd need to change it. Again, comparing it to 70 series, sound system is terrible. It's got a big screen. It sounds nice. So I probably won't even spend some money on that. I need to sort out a few of the weaknesses, but man, what fantastic value this car is. And used, they're keeping their value, but like a Toyota would. Really good. Right, enough talking. I start the build today. Oh, I forgot to tell you, you have to like and subscribe. You know what's happening on YouTube recently is that YouTube algorithm is penalizing old channel, even some of the very, very big one, but especially medium-sized old channels. They're not sharing our videos anymore. All right, so, you know, there's loyalty to old-time producers on YouTube. Ha! It's the opposite. You are now being penalized for being loyal to the YouTube platform. But we don't have any choice. So click that little like button, won't you? And particularly if you're interested in the Jimny build coming up now, you're going to need to subscribe, and you're going to need to click that little notification bell to tell YouTube that you want to see the videos. Otherwise, they probably will not share them with you. Till the next one.